You said we were all too aware that as a first black couple, we couldn't afford any missteps.
Yeah.
And you also say, as a black woman, I was under a particularly white hot glare. Did you feel that?
For sure. You can't afford to get anything wrong because you didn't get at least until the country came to know us, we didn't get the grace that I think some other families have gotten.
Tim Black's BS Detector.
Tim Black's BS Detector.
Tim Black's BS Detector.
Yeah. I got to call foul on the play, Johnson. I said I got to call foul on the play, Johnson. Look, yeah, of course there were a couple Neanderthals. There's some Neanderthals online who posted pictures of like apes and shit. You know what I'm saying? I saw that. Like, there's always going to be, you know, the alt-right kooky racists out of the gym, over the top, way over the top morons, right? We know that. The most hateful, vile, disgusting of the knuckle draggers, right? We see them coming, right? Them redneck mofos, right? But if I remember correctly, that's a small group. That's not how I remember it. I remember that you guys got treated pretty well.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States and Mrs. Michelle Obama.
You got treated pretty well. I mean, your husband was the deporter-in-chief in most of the country. I'd say 80% of the country had no idea.
The White House also tomorrow will ask for more than $2 billion to handle a surge of illegal immigrants. More than 50,000 children without parents have been stopped by U.S. agents in the past 9 months. For now, they're being housed in overflow shelters. The question is how to return them.
The sudden influx of children has left the government scrambling to come up with possible housing options, from a vacant college campus in Virginia to an empty Walmart in New York. The administration is also trying to stop a pervasive rumor that children who cross the U.S. border will be allowed to stay. The president delivered this message to Central American parents during an interview with ABC.
Do not send your children to the borders. If they do make it, they'll get sent back.
Your husband's administration was putting kids in cages. Everyone was in an uproar when they thought it was Trump. Remember that AOC outside the cages? Oh, can't believe how they treat the children. Then when she found out it was Obama, she was like, next subject, please. Thank you. Thank you. Nothing else to see here. Why are you talking about old things? Stop talking about old things. I think some of the negative shit I saw on social, I think people on your team put it out to say, see how they treat them, see what they're doing to them, just to kind of back people off you in case they thought about giving you bad publicity.
Barack Obama running for president, obviously. You supporting Barack Obama. Barack went to Harvard, as did his wonderful wife, Michelle. So many black folk in our society.
When I look back at the presidency of the Obama administration, I do not see them as victims. I see them as victors. Obama was throwing parties with the Jay-Z's and the Beyoncé's and the Hollywood swinging. Of course, it was Trump screaming from the cheap seats, oh, he's an illegal alien or he's not a U.S. citizen. Hey, shit. You know what, to be honest with you, Michelle, it didn't even seem like Obama gave a shit. He made fun of that. He played off of it. He was all smooth and made, oh, this dumb shit. This dumb, poor dumb white people. Just look at them, they're so racist. What can we do with them? I'm half white and I can't figure them out. Look at this guy. This guy's pathetic. Hey, he roasted the shit out of Trump. I mean, You want us to feel sorry for you? You were under the lights?
Since stepping reluctantly into public life, I've been held up as the most powerful woman in the world and taken down as an angry Black woman.
What living under those things and trying to raise small children, the kind of things that the guys in the West Wing weren't thinking about as they were fixing the financial crisis and dealing with Syria and on and on and on. I was trying to make sure that our kids came out of that process not crazy.
I do not recall negative publicity about you at all, Michelle. Even when you did dumb things. Remember the girls that were missing? I remember you using social media to complain about it. Boko Haram took these girls and made them, right? And Michelle Obama went on TV and she did a lot of social media posts like, bring the girls home. You should have got roasted the shit out of you for that. Because social media is for us. It's for people out of power to try to get people in power to pay attention. Why would a first lady need to protest when her husband's the president? Were you protesting him? And if you're going to protest him in the house. It just seemed crazy. And like nobody was saying. The only person I heard say it was Bill Burr, a comedian. And he made a joke of it and he proceeded to kiss your ass a lot because he was afraid he'd get canceled for saying it.
I'm sick of Obama's wife. Yeah. Just running her yap. It's just like, shut up. You weren't elected. Your husband isn't running a lemonade stand. He's running the country. They think for some reason that their husband has the job that now they should be chiming in like they know some shit. Dude, if you had a leak at your house and you called the plumber and the plumber comes in and he starts fixing it, what would you do if 5 seconds later his wife, who isn't a plumber, comes walking in, well, I think we should route it over here. It's like, shut up. Just because you're a plumber doesn't mean you understand plumbing.
I don't recall you being so bombastic with negativity from, Republicans are going to hate you no matter who you are. Like, there were Republican and there were right-wing wingbats, but they not mainstream. They didn't have the bully pulpit. They did not have the platforms. A lot of the platforms hadn't even been stood up yet. Like there were a couple platforms. What was there? Like mostly, the landscape was totally different. The landscape was totally geared to legacy media, and it was controlled with an iron fist by liberals. 95% of media was controlled by liberals. It was owned by 7 corporations, and 6 of them were in your pocket, were in your side of the aisle, and that's the way it was. And I'm just tired. I don't know about you guys. I'm tired of every time I turn around, the Obamas trying to play into this, we the victims.
To let them know that I am them and they are me. And yes, every other moment I feel self-doubt because when you, and society intentionally does that to women and girls. It starts at a very early age. We question our value, our worth. We question how we look, how we talk, where we're from.
No, you were the powerful people that were supposed to change this shit, and you didn't. And now that you're back out here with the poorers, you're trying to fit in by pretending you are like us when you weren't and you aren't. You have Secret Service, you have security for life.
The fact that they are good students and polite girls, but maybe they're playing their music a little loud. Maybe somebody sees the back of their head and makes an assumption. I want to be as excited as every parent. I don't want to have to worry about her entering a world where she has to worry about how people would treat her because of the color of her skin.
The former First Lady went on to acknowledge the various issues we're still facing as a country, including police misconduct and
as does your children. You're multi-millionaires. And you've had an experience that's, come on, stop pretending you are regular broke black people. in that your experience has been the same. It has not been. I grew up on the south side of Chicago when those kids was up there trying to find jobs and find work. You haven't been to the south side of Chicago like that in over 20 years. That's been 20 years, man, since that great speech. I'm sorry, guys. Extra innings. Can I get more time? Remember that speech that I think it was 2004 that Obama gave to put him on the map? You know that speech? When I play that speech back now, it makes me want to throw up in my mouth.
Well, I say to them tonight, there is not a liberal America and a conservative America. There is the United States of America. There is not a black America and a white America and Latino America and Asian America. There's the United States of America. The pundits like to slice and dice our country into red states and blue states. Red states for Republicans, blue states for Democrats. But I've got news for them too. We worship an awesome God in the blue states, and we don't like federal agents poking around in our libraries in the red states.
Yeah, I throw up in my mouth a little bit when I hear that speech. We're not the red states and the blue states. We are the United States. He just whitewashed America like everything was all good. He said exactly what liberals want to hear, what mainstream America wants to hear, that there's no problems. There's no problems. But whenever he ran into a problem, that's when he started leaning back on blackness. Yeah, that's what he did. That's what he did. And all of a sudden, the world gets really racist when you start losing. But as long as you're winning, you're like, oh, everything's fine, everything's beautiful. Oh, look at us, we're all getting together. Everybody's working. We're doing our thing. Michelle, hook up some Kool-Aid. Come on now. Everybody get some. You guys want some wings? Who wants some wings? We got some wings over here. Michelle, tell the staff get them some wings. Sasha, Leah, get some wings. Put the weed down. Put the weed down. Go get the wings. All right, come on. Everybody come around here. All right. Let Dad tell you some more stories that don't make sense. That end with me being the winner. Let me tell you some more stories about me winning. And you guys losing. Come on. Yeah, I take, honestly, guys, and all joking aside, man, I have a problem with them trying to rewrite history like they had struggle. I got some struggle for you. Trying to make bills. And it's really bad to hear this shit right now. People don't even know if they're going to have the money to feed their kids, if they're going to have the ability to put food on the table. And we get to hear about two of the richest Americans there are in the existence of black people in America. Black Americans. Complaining. I mean, if you president complain about treatment, what the f does that mean for the rest of us? You would think you would have been doing shit about that because you knew what was going on. So you mean to tell me you knew the whole time how hard it was out here for us? Like, shit, they treat me like this. I know they must treat everybody else horrible. You know, you weren't fighting for us all that time. 8 years? You were on shows with Oprah trying to convince us poor black people that money ain't important.
And shared her thoughts about race.
Color, wealth, these things that don't matter still play too much of a role in how we see one another. And it's sad because the thing that least defines us as people is the color of our skin.
No, it's not about money. Oh, no, it's not about money's nothing. It's about joy in your heart and if you have connection with your children and all this bullshit. We need to stop calling each other out and call each other in. When they go low, we go high. All this bullshit. You mean to tell me the whole time you were sitting back going, these crackers is treating me bad? Why didn't you act like it? Instead of having initiatives like everybody go outside and exercise, you should have been focused on getting rid of the racists.
America is divided right now. And a lot of people are being sold lies from those who want to get rich or stay in power or sometimes both. You've worked hard all your life, and for too long you've watched the rich get richer. You've lost your farms and your livelihoods to corporate greed. You've seen your beloved towns shattered by joblessness. You've watched families destroyed by drug addiction and mental health challenges. All of this long before this virus hit.
You should have been working on that shit. Said you were trying to get fat, chubby kids to stop eating pizza. Yeah. Yeah, I think this message, I don't think you thought through the messaging on this one. Because you're basically admitting you knew life was really bad, like extremely bad for us. And instead of focusing on that when you had the platform to focus on it, when you could, remember guys, when you're president and first lady, especially first ladies never get held accountable for shit they do, you could have did anything. Anything. And anybody who criticized you would have been destroyed. All right, man. It's like they playing right in our face. Yeah. With all due respect, First Lady Michelle Obama, this clip, and I'm sure it's going to be a lot more said in this clip. I just have the excerpt. It's not giving me the feelings that you think. I think the response from most from a segment of black people, because it's going to be some zombies. Oh, Michelle, whatever Michelle says, she is Queen Nefertiti. There's going to be people like that, but there's a consciousness that has been erupted with black people due to the overwhelming inundation of bullshit from the Democratic Party, lack of focus, benign neglect, the betrayal and trickery imposed on us by the Democratic Party, that there's this uprising of black Americans that are fed up. And the response to this clip will be negative. More so negative than positive. And I think you are in a bubble. I think that you're in a bubble. We suffered too. We was black. I don't think that's gonna work. Nah, you're not like us. Nah, you're not like us. Mm-mm. You don't get to be that powerful and do that little with it and then come back claiming that you like us. Nah, man. Nah. Hell nah. Nope. No, fuck no. No.
You know, you imagine you're just having a regular day and your son is pulled up to your house in the back of a police car.
At 10 years old.
At 10, 12 years old.
It was frightening. It was frightening.
You know, and I think what she was incredulous was that he wasn't even inclined to believe this little boy who was obviously articulate, didn't look, you don't even want to say didn't look like some little hood rat, because what does that matter?
The Tim Black Show streams Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wolfpack.